Welcome everyone to another video. Before we jump into this battle report, need to do a shout out to our patrons, Teos and Brian. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to us, and it is helping fuel the growth of the channel and opening the doors for exciting new content and improving the quality of our battle reports, tactic videos, and so on. If you're interested in supporting us on Patreon, check out the link in the video description below. There's all kinds of cool perks, such as getting involved in our bat reps with a named model that will be called out during the battle reports. You can use Progeny dice that will capture on camera and see if you can impact the game for the players, or you just can get your name shouted out at the start and end of the video. There's also a Discord community that you can get involved with too, so all kinds of perks. I'm listing all of them off here, but you can check out the Patreon page for the full details. If you're not able to support us on Patreon, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you can. That helps us a ton as well with the growth of the channel. I'm back for another battle report. Another new opponent has joined us. So again, the community has really grown in our area. It's really exciting. Going to be a huge variety of armies and lots of different games coming to you for reports. So got my Tyranids taking on some Necrons. So I had brought a Battalion detachment of Leviathan. I'm trying a little bit something different. The biggest thing that I'm going to be switching up is I have a Hive Tyrant with wings, T.Sacs, and I brought the Xenogenic acid on him. So on 5s, I'll be doing a mortal wound. Plus, he has murderous size and monstrous rending claws. So on 6s, he'll be dealing 5 flat wounds with AP -4. So we're going to give that a go. Someone had mentioned that strategy, so we'll see what happens. For psychic powers, he has Catalyst and the Horror. And then we have the Swarmlord with Catalyst and Onslaught, just a little redundancy there. The Neurothrope I brought the Psychic Power for Leviathan, Hive Nexus. I have Zoanthropes here, so I really didn't know what to bring with him. I'm going to be kind of playing more defensively with them. Into the elite slot, we have Lictors. My Hive Guard, once again, proxying for the shock cannons. I'm really giving these guys a try, because I think my next purchase may be the newer Hive Guard models with shock cannons. I'm really having fun with those. 6 Zoanthropes, Psychic Scream. 9 warriors. It's been ages since I brought the big blob out, so very excited. 3 venom cannons, Boneswords, enhanced resistance. I paid the 1 CP to have the extra adaptive physiology, and Deathspitters, and that's our low. 2 units of 10 Termagants. And the Haruspex too, here in the elite slot. I chose the murder size for the Tyrant because I want to try out the Xenogenic acid combo. So I'm going to get some use out of him. Everyone watch, you'll see. And then I brought 3 DAC effects because it's just been so long since I've done that. And I just want to see what happens with them. So that's 2,000 points of Leviathan Tyranids.
All right, for mine, I got 2,000 points of Necrons. Sautek Dynasty. Yeah, I have a hard time pronouncing. But anyways, as my Warlord, I have a Catacomb Command Barge. He has a Res Orb, and he has the Phaon. Hand of the Pharaon.
Yep.
And then as in my other HQ, I have a Plasmanister. And as my third HQ, I have a Sautek Lord. And as in troops, I have brought 1 blob of 10 and 2 blobs of 15 warriors so I could fit it into my battalion. And my elites, I have 5 Sautek Destroyers, and they have I have a Sautek Reanimator, 2 Combat Thralls, a Triox Stalker, and he's just a standard loadout. A fast attack, I have 2 units of 4 Scarabs. A heavy support, I have right there. Doomsday Stalker and a Doomsday Arc, and as a flower, I have a Doom Scythe, and that is it for mine.
And so here's the table we are playing on today. So we are playing Overrun from the GT 2021 pack. There's a total of 6 objectives. Deployment is 10 inches up, so Dawn of War deployment, for those familiar with that. Got some new terrain pieces here as well. We'll fill people in on those. If you're looking to get some cheap terrain and it looks pretty decent, these little trees here for some dense terrain are from IKEA. Little fake plants, honestly worked out super well. So 6 objectives, 1, 2, 3, and on the other side you can see them here as well. So for cover, that's the only difference. Oh, 1 second, buddy. So for cover, these are just dense cover, following all the rules for that. Outside of that, everything is obscuring. So we're going to count this as an obscuring piece there. Obscuring for the center piece there, and then I'm shooting under. Terrain, and we're going to find out who gets to pick sides here. So if you want to grab a dice there, we're going to roll off, find out who gets to select their zone. Yes, buddy.
Did Raven eat yet?
Yes, she did. The dog. So we're going to roll, find out. 2-2. Okay, we'll re-roll and find out. A 1. Ooh, Necrons get their choice aside. That's right. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and deploy them. We'll cover the secondaries, and then we'll jump in and find out who's going first in this report. As well, there will be Patronic Dice, so if you're interested in supporting us on Patreon, help the growth of the channel, please take a look at the link in the video description below. There's ways to get involved in the battle report, such as having a named model and some other cool bonuses, so give that a peek, and if you're interested in supporting us and you've been following along, we'd greatly appreciate it. Folks, so we have gone ahead and deployed. In terms of secondaries, I kind of forgot to mention that earlier. I chose Engage, Retrieve Octavius Data, and I went with Psychic Ritual. The middle on the table is conveniently, I try and make something easy to see here, is that skull right there. So my Neurothrope is going to be heading up that way. Necrons had chose Banners, Purge, the Vermin, that is, and then Engage on all fronts. So looking at my side, we've got some Hive Guard here. Termagants, Lictor's obviously lurking. Warriors and Neurothropes hiding in there. Zoanthropes, Carnifex group, Tyrant, Swarmy, Haruspex, and 10 more Termagants. Opposing me, we've got the Doomsday Arc, that is the 20-man one? 15 in that one. Yeah, 15. Oh, there's some guys in there, yes. And then Cryptic with the Cryptothralls. Scorpec destroys the Plasmancer. Scarabs, Warriors, Reanimator, Barge, Scarabs, more Warriors, Doomsday Stalker, and then the Triarch Stalker, and then the Doomsday Doomsight. That's right. And then, oh yeah, there he is. And the Lord. I know. I was looking around. I was like, there's someone we're forgetting. So everything's on the table except the Lictor. We're going to find out who's going first in this match. So going to be a great game. Again, excited to have a new opponent here. Always love facing off against new style armies. So here we go. 6. Oh, Tyranids get first turn. Oh, the curse is broken. I say that, and then it'll be another streak of 20 games before my next one. So Tyranid fans, rejoice. We got first turn. We'll jump into this report and see what's going to happen here. And we'll come back after movement on Tyranid's turn 1. So Tyranid movement done. The Hive Guard, obviously, we got to get rid of that guy. He's a problem. I double move the Zoanthropes with Metabolic Overdrive, so just daisy chained along here. And position. I got enough with my advance roll. I had a 3-inch on the advance roll previously to get so the Doomsday Arc is actually closer than the Warrior, so I can hit them with the smite that is, chip them down a little bit. Hive Tyrant moved over there. Swarmlord advanced, so he's in range of him. This Carnifex moved forward. This Carnifex advanced. This Carnifex holding that objective. Haruspex is just chilling right there. I was going to move him forward, but I'm going to hold him off. These Gaunts are just holding me that objective, and they're just going to hang out. So holding all the backline objectives, and we're going to jump into the Psychic phase now. So at 11 CP now, after spending that one for Overdrive. All right, so turn started off really hot with these guys shooting and did a total of 6 wounds to the Doomsday. And then I did 6 wounds with these guys. These guys fired in, dropped it down to 5 wounds. So gonna chip it down. I spent 2 CP to fire again with them, and a whole lot of nothing. These trees killed me with the -1 shooting. Probably should have put them in the middle, but I mean, it would benefit them, the -1 anyway. So they're just kind of hanging out. But on the plus side here, these warriors took some wounds. They are horde as well. So they are -1 leadership. And the Tyrant launched over there. He did take 2 wounds due to perils. Ritual has been cast once here. This Carnifex killed off all the scarabs there. And then this Carnifex killed off, what was it, 4 warriors? 4 warriors there. So chipping them down slowly. We definitely had some charges to come up. The Hive Tyrant was going to go for the warriors if the Hive Guard had killed that. But they did not. So he's going to come in at that thing. And we'll see what happens. So hopefully he can take it out. Getting those extra mortals will be pretty handy when it comes to fighting him. He does only have 5 wounds. So we'll see what happens. So Tyrant charging in. Tyrant went in, blew this thing up. He spent a CP to just auto-destroy and did some mortals. Did 2 of them to the poor Tyrant. So Tyrant got chipped down from using his brain too much and then hit by that. I jumped back there with Overrun. I know it forgo some engage points, but I want to get him away from these guys and their rapid-fire shenanigans. There's still a lot. Plus, then these guys could skittle over. And if I can keep that Tyrant alive, it's a good thing. But that's it. So Tyranids getting 1 scan, 1 ritual done, and then we're on to Necron's turn 1. Let's see what they can do. That ends movement for the Necron. So the Doom Scythe came over this way. He was debating kind of coming over this way. The problem, though, was with that Tyrant that there's nothing that can really touch him. So he's alive, and he just didn't want him to get close. So this is going to guarantee him alive for another turn. I know he won't really be able to do as much, but that's okay. Over this way, these guys moved up banners here from that unit. The other warrior unit bannered right there as well. Reanimation beam firing down. These guys moved up just to get everyone nice and close to fire at my Zoanthropes, I believe. And the Stalker moved up. Both Stalkers stalking. And then the Scorpec. Kind of keep forgetting about him. He's lurking about the new jungle terrain there, coming forward for my poor Gaunts if they're alive still. Might have to throw a Haruspex at him, but that's it. Moving into the shooting now for the Necrons. I don't think there will be any charge. So we'll come back after the end of the shooting. That'll be the end of the Necrons' turn. That ends Necrons' turn. So a little bit of damage done. Killed off 1 Zoanthrope and 1 guy here thanks to some stratagem combinations with the ghost weapons from these guys. So ridding their super smite. Over this way, between this guy and the Doomsday Stalker, killed off all the Gaunts, and that was it for damage. However, big deal though, because that is denying me 5 points, so well played there. That's it, so scoring 2 for engage as well, the flyer up here, with that quarter there and there. So that's it, so we're going to move into Tyranid's turn 2 now, and see what my little fellows can do. So movement done with the Tyranids. So over here, these guys all coming forward. I'm hopefully going to clear them off that objective. Got a lot of things firing in. Neurothrope's tucked in there. I'm pretty sure I should be okay with getting Ritual off. This turn, kept the Carnifex back to make their charge really hard. He came up, he has range into those guys, so I will be able to shoot a bunch of warriors at least. The other Carnifex fit perfectly through there, so we walk through to hopefully get rid of those scarabs or fire over that way as needed. Swarmlord shifted up this way, ready to charge in at the Doomsday fella if needed. The Haruspex came forward, had to advance. I need Onslaught to go off. That's a big one, so I may actually even start with that power going off first and see. Then we're going to slingshot him. We did check. He can fit perfectly. There is just over an inch gap. We checked with our little template, so he can sneak up through. However, he will have to multi-charge the vehicle and them if he wants to fight them. So in doing that, that'll hopefully get rid of banners. So some big ifs there. Zoanthropes, though, Overdrive came over this way. They're daisy chained enough to be within 6 inches of the Neurothrope. Since I lost one, I don't have to have 2 there. They can see the flyer and are going to Psychic Stream and smite it. That is the plan. So hopefully can chip him down and then the Carnifex do his job and see if he can finish off the last little bits for the end of it. And that's it for and almost forgot the Lictor popped up over there. Grabbed some Octavius data from there. So that quarter's done. That quarter's done. So this half of the table is complete because that is going to be much more challenging versus all the infantry over here. So that is it for movement. We'll come back after Psychic and Shooting and see what we can do. Psychic and Shooting done with these Zoanthropes. Put some hurt onto him, doing a total of, I think, 4 or 5 mortal wounds. Then moving into the shooting phase, Pathogenic Slime that Carnifex fired in was -1. Did do enough damage to drop it down to 1 wound, but he spent a CP to reroll a save and putting him back up to 3 from 1 wounds. Left his objective, got Onslaught off, thankfully, so launched him on forward there. We checked with the template again. It was so tight going through there. He's coming in for the charge. Swarmlord's going to go over there. Over this way between all of these guys, literally all of them, killed off all the warriors and the crypto thrall, so that objective is free. So we're kind of trading here, as you can see, like that's becoming clear. So we're slowly wrapping around. Over that flyer isn't dead, so there is still a lot of firepower available there to zip around. But we got some charges about to go down, so Swarmlord's going to go into there. He's going to go into there. It's a 5-inch charge for Swarmlord to make it in. The Haruspex has to double charge both of them. He can't fail it though, so being right there. But we will capture this on camera. Brian, I'm going to use your Patronic power. I'm going to grab 2 special dice here. I know there's only 1 Patronic dice, but we'll call it the dice roll. So Brian, Patreon, I'm going to roll these for you. We're going to see if the Swarmlord makes it against that Doomsday Stalker. Do you want to Overwatch? I mean, I'll roll it here. No, he's going to save the Overwatch. I'm going to save it for the Haruspex. Okay, so big roll coming up for Swarmlord. He is in, so that would have been unfortunate. So thank you, Brian. You saved me. So Patronic dice for the Tyranids done. The Necrons still have a Patronic dice that they can save for a special time. So Swarmlord going in. He's obviously in, and we got some Overwatch about to go down. So we'll come back after all the fighting is done and see if the Tyranids can do the damage. If not, the Necrons will stand a chance here to push the Tyranids. So turn is done up here. The Haruspex charged in, stomped on one with his Stampede, Living Battery Ram, and then they just looked at each other. Over this way, the Haruspex continues to make me sad. We got a total of, I think, 8 hits. Spend a CP to reroll a hit with 2 of them, then hit with 6 of them, and then ended up killing a single warrior. And then used my claws to try and attack that, and missed even with the reroll. Swarmlord fought in at the Doomsday Stalker. Actually ended up only doing 3 wounds to it on the first round. I really need to kill that. I can't risk Swarmlord dying. He's kind of going to keep me in this game. He's super clutch. So then I spent my last CP to overrun him to grab this objective. So he's going to have to come try and get Swarmlord, and there's nothing else to really shoot at him, being that the flyer's going to have to zip away from Swarmlord, and then this guy can come, and that can come up. But either way, I think Swarmlord will be living unless the Scorpic wants to tango with him. And yeah, that ends the turn. So scoring a total of 2 per engage. Ritual is 1 from being done, so I should have that, no problem. And then these guys are going to scramble over here, and then I got 1 more quarter to do. So that's it. Moving to Necrons, turn 2. So movement is done for the Necrons. So getting a wound back with Living Metal, zipping over this way. Got some juicy targets in the middle there. Bit of a gamble over here, but we were both talking about, I think it's the best play. He moved in advance, got a 3-inch, put him in just enough range to grab the objective, denying me this. So the Necrons do hold more. That's 5 points more he's denied. Almost was getting 15 in the next turn. Catacomb Command Barge veiled over there. Triarch Stalker came back. He's got a lane down at Swarmlord. Has also the option to charge the Lictor. These guys are coming around, it's going to start getting some shots down here. It's just the Tyranids pouring around through the middle, and then these guys are coming forward. It's a 9-inch charge. We're going to capture ever. He does have his Patronic power from Brian that will enact in just a bit, and banners were raised there from the Plasmancer. So, and then he used his ability and did a mortal wound to him. So that's it. Movement done. We're going to come back after the shooting and capture the big charge roll. It's going to go down with these Scorpic guys. See if they can make the difference. All right, so that's shooting done. The Hive Tyrant almost taken out, down to 3 wounds from the combined might of the Doom Scythe and then the Bard shooting these guys. The Warriors didn't actually end up doing anything. Over this way, Swarmlord did take some wounds, took 2 from the Triarch Stalker over there. He advanced, took a shot. Actually, no, he did 1 wound as well. He kind of chipping away at him. Now we got a big moment here. Could potentially swing the game back for the Necrons. We got a big charge coming down this way. It's a 9-inch on the 9 inches on the dice required, and then he can get in, hold this flank up, either butcher a bunch of these guys or even kill that Tyrant, get him out of there. Maybe use the Reap Blades for that. So we're gonna use the Patronic dice here for Brian for the Necrons. So Brian, this is your moment. He needs 9 on the dice. Hits the reroll. Oh, that's a 6, and cool. Sorry. So he is in at the Warriors. My Tyrant can heroically intervene, but I don't know if I want to. I almost want to leave him out, but... okay. Oh, well. I have no CP to interrupt or anything, so yeah, these guys are coming in. The Necron's still in this game. Brian, Patronic Power, so there you go. If you want to have an impact on the game here, become a patron and just roll 6s, I guess, for us. So cool. Thanks, Brian. All right, so the fight is done here. Wild stuff by the Scorpex. This whole area is crazy, so it's really made this an interesting game again. So thank you, Brian, for the Patronic Power. Scorpex came in, killed off 7 Warriors just like that, butchered them down. Warriors fought back, did a single wound. These guys consolidated into the Tyrant. The reason being is that if they can tie him up, next turn he'd have to fall back to leave, and that prevents him from jumping over, charging something over there, doing psychic powers and all that stuff. It's likely at the cost of the Scorpex lives, but at the same time, keeping that Tyrant tied up is going to prevent any psychic power coming over here. And then if I want to free the Tyrant, I'm going to have to commit those Zoanthropes coming over this way. And they also get to hit first, and he still has the Reap Blade in there as well. So not good in that regard for the Tyrant, but still some a chance for the Necrons. And then over this way, the Haruspex killed a Warrior, healed himself back to full, and then immediately lost to the Warriors. The Triarch Stalker crawled over this way, destroyed the Lictor, so he is gone. And then these guys just stared at one another. So that's it for Necrons. So in terms of points, having this quarter clear for Purge and Engage, I think you're actually getting max points for that. So 3 for this turn. So good for the Necrons on this round. And Banners also back up over there. So 1 point was scored for Banners on that side. So we'll come into Tyranid's turn 3. Let's move it done for the Tyranids. So Zoanthrope's just coming back towards the center here. We're going to get rid of that flyer. That's the plan. That thing is just going to be a nuisance. Hopefully, I say get rid of. These guys retrieve data from this quarter. So all I have left is this zone here, which is becoming a tough place to get with my infantry. Hive Guard move forward in range now to hopefully take out that Stalker. Carnifex move forward. Lots of shots to come in there. Tyrant just stayed in combat. We're going to rely on some smites and some shooting there. And then this Carnifex left the objective where the Zoanthropes have that come over to support Swarmlord. Swarmlord's just going to go hopefully take him down, and then this Carnifex is going to shoot them apart hopefully. And that's that for movement. So, and only scoring 5 for primaries, so really slow on primaries for Tyranids this game. The hold 2, hold 3 is really tough, especially where the objectives are very open in this. So Psychic and Shooting. So Shooting and Psychic done. So dropping this guy down to 3 wounds between some Smite work and this guy shooting in. So the combined effort, and then Stormwood's going to have to do some charging. These guys, Psychic Powers, killed off that flyer finally. Over this way, the Tyrant dropping this guy down to 1 wound between a Smite and some shooting. Very poor rolling. This Carnifex killed off 2 Warriors. The Hive Guard absolutely annihilated the Reanimator, doing 7 mortal wounds before any damage came through, so took him out. Haruspex just missed his shot, and the Carnifex there just obliterated the fellows, the Scarabs, and then the Neurothrope completed the ritual, so that is done. And then this quarter is done. I don't know if I mentioned that for data, so just 1 more. So Necron's really got to try to hold the Tyranids back on that end. So charges coming through. We have to fight with Swarmlord and this guy. Probably try to throw the Carnifex in there too, we'll see. And then a big battle going on over here. May even charge the Hive Guard and hold these guys up. We'll see as we come back after all of the charges and fighting are done. So that ends Tyranid's turn. The Scorpex ended up killing off these guys. The Tyrant then finished off the Scorpex. Over this way, the Swarmlord diced up the Destroyer Lord quite well, the Scorpex Destroyer Lord. And then over here, nothing happened again. Haruspex, so sad. And then that's it. So Tyranid scoring 2 for Engage. Ritual is completed, and very likely we will see the last zone scan, being that there's 2 infantry units here, and both are going to be hard to shake off before the end of turn 5. So that's it. Moving into Necrons, turn 3. All right, so Necron movement's done. The Plasmancer came out. He's going for the Hail Mary on the Flyrant. He's going to see if he can get him. Then this guy came forward. If he gets him, though, that's actually a pretty big deal. He came forward. They can kind of tie up the side over there. So a few Warriors came back. I think it was 3, was it? Yeah, with the Reserve. 2 of them came back. Stalker 3. And Stalker came forward. He's going to blast it. I mean, get rid of the Swarmlord. It's just these annoying Carnifexes that are kind of pesky right now. But that Carnifex is also in that table core as well. So he's worth a bit of points as stalling for the Necrons. But yeah, do you want to do your ability on? Let's see. Last time you did something on camera, you did really good. So if you want to, I'm putting you on the spot here. So we're gonna do the Plasmancer on roll 3d6. Every 4-up is a mortal wound against the Flying Hive Tyrant. Yeah, yeah. So here we go. 4-ups. That's 1, and then I do get a 6-up Leviathan, or else that Tyrant's down to... Oh, the camera just saves again. So no, he ignored that. So some heroics could have been done there by the Plasmancer, but it's not over yet. So shots coming in. We'll come back after Necron shooting. They did get scored 10 for primaries as well. So we're going to call the game here. The Necron's turn ended. This Tyrant did not die. He could not kill him. The Plasmancer charged in, tried his ability again in the fight phase. Just couldn't get that final wound off, and then he attacked back, killed him. This guy came in, did a few wounds. And then over there, the Haruspex ate 4 guys who immediately just stood back up. He healed himself to full, then lost another wound. But then moving into Tyranid's turn, maxing it on primaries for that turn, plus then I'll be completing my other scrambler type thing over there using Metabolic. I can easily get those guys over. Then between all the smites, we would have killed them. So we both felt confident to call it. On a whole, it was a pretty back and forth game for the first couple turns, and the Tyranids kind of got an edge there. The Swarmlord almost brought the Necrons back into it. They're talking about the only change is maybe the Doomsday Arc maybe hiding a bit more. Played very aggressive for the turn 1. But on a whole, though, it was a really fun game. Interesting matchup. Again, this table is really different where the objectives, there's not a lot of hiding places. You can kind of tuck away. Very open on both sides. Necrons were saying that potentially the larger warrior blobs would have been better just with reanimation because they kind of picked on one with less numbers and kind of chewed them down. And the Haruspex, I mean, he did his job. He tied up a lot of warriors, but not a whole lot outside of that. But yeah, one thing I will say for the Hive Tyrant, he's definitely my MVP for the game just for how much he did and just staying alive. I know it's just unstatistical. And the Xenogenic asset was a lot of fun to actually use. That actually came in and was the big reason that Arc died early in the game and also did a bunch of extra wounds to the Swarmlord. So kind of cool. I may play around with it a bit more. Was fun. Your MVP would be?
I would say my Destroyers.
The Destroyer. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I agree on that 100%. So good game. So there'll be also some Death Guard coming. So he's working on Death Guard. The Necrons are just fully painted, so we brought them out. And Death Guard are another army that's going to be joining the channel as a regular faction coming out to play. So excited about that. It'll be really the first local chaos force that'll be consistently here to play against a lot of us. So thanks for watching. Again, if you want to get involved, the patronic moments in this game are pretty epic. There's some cool features like becoming a model in one of my armies. You can get involved in the reports, support the channel, and just help the growth of it. Again, where our local community is growing. Hoping to add things like live stream and some other fun things as we continue to grow and add new features and improve the look of our reports.